We had a missionary couple come to our church on a Sunday night here several years ago. And they were what is described in the Open Bible Churches, which is the organization that I'm a part of, as being harvest time missionaries. It simply means this. They weren't assigned to a particular field because they were going into this ministry later in life. They had to figure out exactly where it was that God would want them to be. So this gave them flexibility. And so they would go to different fields, and they went to India. And what they saw in India broke their heart. What was described as being throwaway children. And these were children who were not of any particular identity, that they were mixed and totally rejected by society. Children who were left to just fend for themselves, eat from the garbage dumps. They'd see them on the streets. Their hearts were broken. And so they said, this is what God has called us to do. So fast forward now, and all across India there are these orphanages. And they opened up these orphanages, and they built buildings to where they would have the school on the ground floor, and the top floor would be dormitories for the children to live in. But when they came to our church and described this to us, our congregation, or the congregation that I pastored, we were just touched by it. And we wanted to do something to help, and we did. And we received an offering, and we said, what else do you need? And we helped them. But that term, throwaway children, I believe that we have throwaway children in the country that I live, the United States of America. And to the point to where we have literally slaughtered these throwaway children by the thousands. And I'm just speaking for myself, just an old country preacher here. That just breaks my heart. But the thing that troubles me even more is how calloused we've become about the whole thing. And people who would actually go and protest for the right to say, we have a right to throw these children away. We use the term to abort them. But the truth of the matter is, they're just unwanted children that are just tossed aside with no regard to the fact that they are a human life and that they have a human soul. No regard to those things at all, just the fact that they are an inconvenience to our society. We don't want them. So we're just going to dispose of them. And I just imagine that as Father God looks down upon his created, that his heart is also broken. And I would just imagine that God weeps over these children that are unwanted and just tossed aside. But I tell you this, when God sees them, he loves them. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.